Hello, and welcome to this video in which, as you saw via the title, it's a video kind of concept I haven't done in a while. It's just one of those things you feel you gotta do, you know, scream out into the universe, get stuff off your chest kind of thing, you know. This is a Ranting with Wolverine, and I'm Wolverine, and thank you for coming, but yesterday was just an exhausting day for me. Because I just, I wanted to do some gaming, just relax, game, have some fun. But then, and I had some fun, sure, I had some good moments, but then there were these moments.
Bullshit! Nice cheating. Yeah, I want to see this death cam. It seems sussy as hell. Because it's just like he comes around the corner and I'm insta-dead. That seems sussy as hell, dude. Like all the grenades and everything, dude. Like he knows I'm there perfectly, but doesn't know where I am when he rolls up, dude. I'd like to see the video, thank you. Like he's level 500. What is this shit? Like, yeah, look at that. Look how that aim. Yeah, that's not controller. That's mouse and keyboard. And he's saying he's on Xbox. Yeah, that looks sussy as shit. That looks like almost hackish, dude. That seems sussy as shit, dude. That looks sussy as hell. Like, can I? Yeah, like that doesn't even look like controller, dude, at all. Help. Oh, don't you just love playing against cheaters? Why haven't I found a bloody shield anyway? Oh shit.
Making contact with enemy.
What? Thanks, teammate.
Contact.
Teammate! Thank you. Took so fucking long. Thank you. No, you're not gonna get me back. Ah, fuck. Yeah. He's dead. That fucking goes. Yep.
Taking damage from using grapple. Seen enemy stuff. I am down.
First blood. Imagine crashing and burning on.
Now that's out of the way. Let's play for real, guys. Look to the skies.
Oh, damn it. Oh, that dude's cheating. That dude's a mouse and keyboard, dude. Yeah, 22 kill streak, my ass. You're a cheat. You're 100% cheat. You cannot convince me otherwise. There's no one gonna be trying to be that good on fucking console in this fucking game. Yeah, this cunt here, you are not dropping a 22 bomb here on TDM. 0 shielding, 0 healing. But that's what I said about 29 streak. My ass, dude. A 29 streak. Died once. Yeah, you're a cheat.
And yeah, it just, like, for one, yes, that PUBG person, that person just does not seem legit. Like, either they're a bot that when they were just outside the house, they were on easy mode, and when they came inside the house, they just went into John Wick mode. That, or it's somebody who had a bot cheating in some way. I don't know, dude. It just does not look like a legit player, does it? No, it just does not. Like, if you look at the footage, like I have like a video about it. Like, there's a longer video down in the description. You can check it out where it's just like is this a hacker? Is this like a bot? What is this? You know? And then I just went over to Apex, and thing is, I say I've been shadow banned into cheater lobbies because there was like a lot of spectating videos I did last year at the end of the year of spectating on duos on Apex. And it's hard to convince me otherwise because I have so much evidence here in which I could state easily here quick about how I see myself being in these cheated lobbies versus not. Now, if you can state evidence in which I am not, let's, have a discussion. Just don't be one of those dumb cunts. Oh, in a cheated lobby, blah, 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 blah. Don't be one of those dumb cunts who just ran off. You just suck. Shut the fuck up. If you can't provide evidence, then you need to shut the fuck up. Because all you're doing is being a dumb cunt. That's all you're showing yourself as being. Oh, you just suck. No, that's not an argument. That is just a rant of a fucking 3-year-old, okay? That's all you're showing yourself as. Ranting, hey, man, I'm a baby. That's all you're showing yourself as with those kind of comments. You dick. That's all it is. If you can't state, empirical data, just straight up evidence that, is counter to mine, then you can please and kindly piss the fuck off. But yes, the evidence is like, for one, I see a lot of this, is either I find myself either teamed up with or dying / spectating people who are like level 50 or lower, or like at the max at 500. And I see that a lot. And I'm not talking about like a handful. I'm talking like that is the majority of players I see. There are some people who are in between that, but the majority of players I see are like less than level 50 or at the max 500, and I see that a lot, and I mean a lot. Like if you look back at my evidence but the videos I have of spectating cheaters on Apex, you will see that. You will see that I see that a lot. You will see that a lot, dude. And then there's the other aspects of what I've stated, just like their awareness is non-existent. Like I say this a lot, but it's like they play on a 1x1 screen with no audio, because I'm seeing things that they aren't seeing because I'm watching on that big ass TV over there. That's what I game on. That's what I'm watching people on spectating. And I got myself a okay heady headset that I'm listening to. And I'm hearing stuff like there's a guy right over here to the right. There's a guy over there to the right, or just like their thought process on how to act in some situations, or just have yourself set up in some situation. It's just too baffling, Like, let's see. I need to know some of these maps because I only know like 2 of the maps: Kings Canyon and Limbus. Those are like my 2 maps. But let's see, Apex Legend maps, because the new one is not the one I want to discuss. I don't even know what his name is called, but yeah, whatever. This is all stupid. Oh, like, what's the map that's on rank right now? Watch with all these and pop-ups. Okay, World's Edge. Yeah, I like King's Canyon. I like Olympus. Then Storm Point, but World's Edge. Like, I will see a lot of people go to wherever this section is. Like, hang on, let me just look up World's Edge. I know the name of that location. That area. Here we go. A map with the name. Fragment East and Fragment West. Like, anytime I'm on duos, the majority of players, not just a lot of players, but the majority of players in a game will go to that location. Like, I see that a lot on a lot of these maps, dude. The majority of players will go to these hot drop locations. Like, a lot of them. Like, you don't see them spread out as much as you would think you would, in your usual gaming aspects. You won't see that. You see the majority of players go to these hot drop spots, like 1 to 2 locations. That's where everyone is going, and you will see that a lot, especially like if you see my spectators on World's Edge. You will see the majority of players dropping out and heading to that area. It is baffling, And like I said earlier, though, about the whole way in which people think the plays, like there was one match where there was a person that was a solo, and like it was on it was World's Edge. It was World's Edge. Let me bring up that location again. Where was the area itself in general? I just want to go to the map and zoom in if I could, please. Whatever. It was where was it? Oh yeah, they're around Thermal Station to where the train part area is. Like like at the very south part between thermal station and tree, there was two of the three groups fighting, and the person I was spectating was coming from Harvester area, and they went to the north part of the thermal station, while the other last teams were fighting, because there was three teams left, them and the other two teams, and the other two teams were fighting. And I'm thinking to this person, you need to third party that. You need to go in there and third party that. That's the only way you get a victory. And they just sat on their ass doing nothing while the team fought. One team lost. The other team was bringing back a person. They literally revived back a person. I'm just seeing this person just sitting on their ass doing nothing, thinking like, you should third party this shit. You are seriously putting your ass at so much a disadvantage by doing nothing. And they lost. Shocker, they lost because instead of third partying like they should have, they just sat on their ass waiting for them to come to them because they had the circle. It was just like the dumbest thing I've ever seen, you know? And there are also times where I see people who have gold shield use large batteries. It's like, and they're level 500. I'm thinking just like, what is wrong with you? You're supposed to be a badass Apex gamer and you're using a large shell and gold shield. If you don't know, like a gold body shield, like if you don't know how that works in Apex, a gold shield you can use, there's like two types of shield cells. You know, you got your big one which does like 2 bars of shield. And you have your small shields which do a single bar of shield. But with the gold shield, a small one does 2. So if you're using a big shield, I'm not sure that does the whole thing, and it's not like they had like all their shield gone, dude. It's like, but I think still a large shield cell does only 2 still with a gold shield. So it's like you're holding up so much more space because the way the inventory works. Also, a large cell you can only hold 2 up in a single slot, whereas the small one you can hold 4 up. So it's better if you have the gold shield to stock up on small shields. But you will see a lot of people on my spectating aspects with gold shields use big shield cells. And it's baffling. It's like, how can you consider yourself an Apex player if you don't understand how this shit works, you know? Like I see people at high levels, like over 100, at 500, doing that. It's like, it's baffling to me. It's like, I've been gaming as much as, if not longer than some of these probably a-holes. I've been here since day one when Apex came out. And I've understood how the gold shield works since they've made it to the way it is now. How don't you? You're level 500. Like, the people at levels higher than me, it's like, it's just baffling. It's like, again, it's like things like you would think these people would know, just don't. It's like, how are these people this good, but also this dumb? That's the other thing that you think of when you think of cheaters. Like, how are you so good, but also so dumb on other parts in which you should also be good at, you know? It's not that hard, especially with the gold shield thing that I'm talking about, you know? It is baffling. It is baffling to me that people still use and hold large shield cells when they have a gold shield body, you know, gold body shield. Because there's also shields in which when you're down you can use to block shots for as much damage as they can. And there's one that is a gold one, which, let's be realistic, is dumb. And the reason I say that, it's been the same since day one. And the only positive to it is that you can revive yourself. But there's more negatives than there are positive. And you're wondering, what negatives? 1, it takes twice as long as it does to be revived by your teammates. Seriously. If you get revived by your teammates, it takes like, let's say 10 seconds. I said 10 seconds. But if you use a gold shield with the revive aspects, it takes 20 seconds. Seriously, it takes twice as long as being revived by your teammates. It is a one-use item only, so once you use it, you can't use it again. It is like visibly noticeable. It is gold, so you know if someone sees you down with a gold shield, they're like, "Oh, this is a person who's got a gold shield. If we kill them, where you don't have to worry about them ever again." You know, granted, that's like the thought process though on just anybody that's down. If you see somebody down, like, and there's no one around that you have to worry about, you just kill them. And that's just how it's been, like, after like 6 months. You know, you just kill the down player as quickly as you can if there's no one around before their teammates do get there. You know, it's just, so the gold shield just seems so pointless nowadays, doesn't it? You know, it's just like, it takes too long, it's so noticeable, and if you are reviving yourself, it's audible, just like you're being revived by your teammates, and you're exposed just like being revived by your teammates, but you're by yourself, so you're just so exposed, you're dead. You're just dead unless you stop and go shield up again. But it's just like, just more and more, just things that make you think Respawn are just not as good as you think they are. You know, it's like you had the whole 2-week event that broke the game for a week, and all they did was extend the split rank, and that was it. They didn't offer anything. They didn't extend the event itself, which was only playable for like within a week itself. You know, for a 2-week event. You know, more and more I think about it, I just feel like there's only 10 people on Apex right now doing updates and fixes and shit, dude. It just does not seem like a AAA studio, you know? I think it's just they really shot themselves in the foot. They seriously fucking shot themselves in the foot by going with the A, but who else you can go with, you know? You got shitty Ubisoft, you got shitty Activision Blizzard, which has been hella shitty recently. Then all you have left is the console people themselves. You got Microsoft, you got Sony, you got Nintendo. So where are you gonna go? You know, it's just like it feels like there's just no good publishers to try and get your backing with, you know, these day and age. You know, because it's either all the ones that we know of that are just shitty, one way or another, or it's, you know, it's the console makers themselves. You know, which would then make it an exclusive console game. You know, because most console makers aren't gonna have a studio that makes a game that is multi-platform, because they want you to be on their platform. That's just the fact of the matter. But I think that if any of them are relaxing on that, or just relaxing in general of gaming, is Microsoft. Sony has been shitty for a while. Nintendo themselves, you know, are kind of have been shitty for a while because of the whole copyright infringement shit that they put on people's streams and videos. They're being a bit more lenient on that nowadays, but still, like when YouTube and Twitch were really blowing up, they just seriously put down the ban hammer themselves, which just looked very horrible on them. But yeah, then we had, what was the, I went to Paladins to see if I can just have a relaxing time there, and there was that person that was like the last game. It's hard to not see that person as a cheater, as a mouse and keyboarder. It's not, because again, yes, it's free to play game, but it's like, it's one of the lower tier free to play games to play right now. It's like anyone who's playing that and only that just seems odd. You know, when you got Apex, you got Warzone, you got Fortnite, you got Roblox, you got Rocket League, you got so many other games that are free to play as well. That is just like that. So many more people are playing. You know, if you look at like the top free to play games on Xbox, or probably even on PlayStation. I don't know how PlayStation works. All I got is my Xbox there and my PC. But if you look at it, it's just like, it's really down there. Paladins is really down there. You know, it's still being updated somewhat, but it's not as bad as, if you don't know, it's HI-REZ Studios who did Smite, who did, you know, the game that they basically abandoned their BR. I can't remember what it's called. Realm Royale. There it is, Realm Royale. And then they had their more recent game of what is it? Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Which I actually had a video on. Rogue Company. That's it. Rogue Company. I don't know what it is. Like, as like they blew up with Smite, but with each game, their track record has kind of gone down. You know, there was Paladins, but it's okay game. But it was around the time that Overwatch was coming out, and it was like seen as like a cheap knockoff free to play imitation of Overwatch. But it's so much more than that. It is, if you actually look at it. You know, it's just Blizzard a-hole sucking Blizzard's cock, basically, is what it was. It straight up was, you know, because it's like people who never played the game just shit on it. Like, how can you shit on a game they never played? That's like saying, you know, you've never listened to a band and you're shitting on them just because their type of music, their genre of music. It's like that's just idiotic. It just shows you as being seriously a dumb cunt. It does. You know, it's like never watching a movie. You've heard a little about it and saying, "Oh, that's a garbage ass movie." Yes. That's a garbage movie. You've seen it? No. How do you know it's a garbage ass movie? I've heard it's a garbage ass movie. It was just, you know, a lot of sheep, Blizzard cocksucking losers who were just shitting on Paladins. It straight up was. That's the reason that Paladins probably did so poor. It's just people were just. And then, you know, we've seen recently, you know, Blizzard's not as good as a company as it was, you know, especially with games, you know, like the, Warcraft remake, and then there was, of course, there's the whole, you know, debacle that's going on there with workplace misconduct, as well as then there was Diablo mobiles. Like they've had and of course the loot box. Everyone, everyone was liking the loot box, but then once people started flipping and saying, "Oh yeah, loot box is bad. Loot box gambling is bad." The same people who said, it's just cosmetics. You don't have to buy it. Those people just did a flip, showing how dumb those fuckers are. It's like it's hard to trust people who flip like that when they realize their argument is idiotic. It's like it's understandable that they finally learn, but that they should comp up and say, yes, I was one of those idiots who thought it was just okay, but then I saw the light and realized it was bad. If you're not saying that, and you were one of those people, you're a cunt. You straight up are. You're a cunt. But yeah, then they had like a small game that like no one really looked at called the Hand of God's Smite Tactics, the card game kind of thing that went nowhere basically because then yes, there was one more out which was supposed to be a add-on to Paladins, but then they just made it its own game and they abandoned that like that. As it's just like I guess people stopped playing it and they just like abandoned it. And then they tried Rogue Company, and my thought on Rogue Company was when I actually had early access to it, like before people really were supposed to like talk about it. I said that they need to change things up with it. They needed to make it a Valorant competitor, since Valorant isn't on console, and it's probably never gonna be on console because Riot Games are dumb cunts. They are. They don't port their games over to console. If they had Team Fight Tactics, if they had League of Legends, if they had Valorant on console, they would be making more money because they're forcefully not tapping into a source that they could be tapping into. They're just dumb, and they even themselves had fucking workplace misconduct that they just recently did a payout to, of like $800 million or something, of workplace misconduct and stuff. Look it up. You don't believe me? Look it up. Riot Games in themselves also had some shit going on, and they're saying they're gonna change, but it just sounds more like fucking how Blizzard, Activision, and how they just they keep misstepping because they keep putting their foot in their mouth and stuff, dude. Fuck. But yeah, I think Rogue Company, they should have changed it up to where it's first person and a bit more stylized in the way in which kind of like closely, but is in their stylized aspects representation of Valorant. It could have been a good Valorant competition, but it was on console. But they didn't, and then look how, is anyone really talking about Rogue Company nowadays? I mean, outside of something like this, no, they're not. There's some people still playing it, sure, but that game's just kind of like, what was it, Christine Royale. It started off good, but it's just like people stopped playing it because they just didn't like it, And, I mean, Christine Royale itself has some many issues. And they renamed it to, Cursed something or whatever. They try to rebrand it to make themselves not try and bring in more people back to make it not think, it was Christine Royale, but it is. And then they did, I believe they have a new game, or whatever that one game is, where you have, you and 5 of the soldiers that are controlled by AI, but you can switch between them. Whatever that game is. It's, set in World War II, I think. It could be World War I. It's one of them. It's one of those two. It's certainly not World War III. But yeah, it's just, But yeah, that person who played Maeve in that game, dude, it doesn't look good, does it? Just because again, it's one of those games that's supposed to be a casual games that sometimes people go back to and stuff. I kind of did. They got new characters. I'm gonna try them out, have some fun. But then you see something like that and think, you're probably a PC player who's really good at that character, but with how ranking and all that goes, you just probably want to shit on people, so you come over to console and do that. That's what it seems like. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's definitely what it seems like, doesn't it? They died once, had 22 kills on their own with 9 assists, having basically a 29 streak of doing so much. It's that does not look like a console player does. That does not look like a person on controller. Because what's the point of being that good at that game? In this day and age, with all the games to try and be good at, Warzone, Valorant, things that there are tournaments, probably not just big tournaments, but local tournaments, you're probably not going to have even a local tournament for Paladins, So what's the point of being that good at that game on a console, That just doesn't look right, does it? Maybe he is, maybe he is, maybe he's not a cheater, but it doesn't look like he's not a cheater, you know. But yeah, that's basically how my day yesterday went, dude, and that's just the rant I wanted to get off my chest. I wanted to have fun on gaming yesterday, but I went on PUBG since it was free to play, and I did get a game where I won before that with 5 kills. It was fun. It was interesting to play. It was a nice, fun game. But then, that happened, which just really just wrecks your day. It's like, what was that? Was that a bot on easy mode when he got to me and just did stuff? Then when he went in, he went to John Wick mode, Terminator mode. He's just like seriously, I died so quick, dude. It was just fucking hell. And then there's Apex. It's like, it's hard not to see myself in cheater lobby. It's just hard not to. Like I said, you see so many people with their loadouts, with their ranks, levels, whatever it is, their skill with shooting compared to their awareness and everything, and how they play just doesn't seem to add up at all. And then there was that fucking Paladins thing, and I did have some fun earlier before that, but it's like when you get hit or something like that, where somebody's just seems too good to be true, especially like I'm not sure if there's there's somewhat rank, like a system of rank in casual aspects, like it'll still match you up against players near your skill level, and not anybody if say you're a bronze player in Valorant, you're not gonna go up against Radiant players in casual. I wonder if that system is in Valorant itself. And Valorant itself, oh my god, there's some stupidity there, dude. One thing I'll say, the dumbest thing of Riot Games is the forfeiting system and how it's unanimous over majority. It's the dumbest shit. It just fucking is. I don't care what argument you have, because it gives too much power to a cunt. It does. You can have full 4 votes to surrender, but if you get that one that says no, it's sorry, we're not surrendering. So it gives too much power to assholes and cunts. It just does. And that's basically what Riot Games are, it seems to be. It's just assholes and cunts. Especially for having that kind of system. Like, how the world fucking works. So you're going to give all this power to a cunt instead of surrendering and moving on to what could be a more balanced, fun game and ranked. You're going to keep it to where it's just, like, we're getting our asses kicked because, either this cunt's not trying, or that team seems like they might have a smurf or something on it. It's just, I just want to move on to a more fun, balanced game. But no, we're not gonna have that, because Cunt McGee here says no, we can't, because he's probably a smurf who's smurfing now and just trying to lose to get lower rank. It's so dumb. It fucking is, having a voting system that is unanimous over majority on a game like that in a world like what we have. It just fucking is. Yeah. I just want to get that shit off my chest. I thank you for watching. If you have any comments on anything, let me know. And I hope you have a rock'em sock'em day. Peace.